Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you guys are new to the channel, this is a video on the 27 things that I have learned in my 20s. I'm gonna be real with you guys. I damn near wasted majority of my early 20s, and I don't want y'all to waste majority of y'all's early 20s, okay? So this is just like a little bit of an advice type of video, and also the lessons that I learned type of video. So I have 27 things that I have learned, so we're gonna rush through them pretty quick. I don't want to ramble. If you are new to the channel, thank you so much for stopping by, and also please be sure to give this video a thumbs up and to subscribe if you have not subscribed. So let's get into it. All right, number one, find comfort within yourself. So I know for the longest of times that I have not been comfortable with my inner self, and I have not been comfortable being by myself. Not a lot of people tell a lot of people this, that they have to learn how to be comfortable within themselves. If you are not finding comfort from within, you will never find comfort outwardly. So I had to learn that throughout the years, because I remember like I was so uncomfortable being by myself. I was so uncomfortable with myself because of some of the decisions that I made growing up. But I had to learn how to release all those regrets and release all that uncomfortability and actually figure out who I am as a person. Figure out why my name is Irene. Figure out why I like the things that I like. Figure out why I don't like the things that I don't like, and actually learn to find comfort within myself. That was really one of my first lessons that I have learned. The second lesson that I learned is that you have to choose yourself every time. These are from my people pleasers, and if you guys know me, y'all know I'm not too big of a people pleaser. When it comes to certain relationships and when it comes to certain people, I do tend to sometimes weaken my boundaries to make other people feel comfortable. When you do things like that, you have actively decided to not choose yourself. You have actively decided to choose that other people's emotion, that other person's feeling. You have actively decided to choose their feelings and emotions over yours, how you feel and how it's going to affect you emotionally. And I felt like throughout my whole early 20s, I've always chosen the other people over myself, always put other people above me. And it's not even just with like guys, it was sometimes with friends, knowing that there were certain friends that that we both were not good for each other, but because I'm thinking of their feelings and stuff like that, I choose to still be friends with them. I choose to still entertain them. Meanwhile, I'm literally like going through it with them. I'm literally emotionally affected by their behavior, and I'm keeping them around because I'm choosing them over myself. Choose you every time. That person's gonna choose themselves if it came down to it. Number three, unlearn all your bad habits, babe. I know that some people make comments saying, if she's like this now, she's never gonna change. She's 20 something, she's 30 something, he's 40 something, they're never gonna change. That is the talk of the devil. Just like how you learn that bad behavior, you can learn to unlearn that bad behavior. Just like how you learn good behavior throughout the years, you can learn to unlearn bad behavior throughout the years as well. If you are not changing and evolving within yourself, within your behavior, within the way you think, then you are actively choosing not to change. It has nothing to do with that's just the way you are. Like, that is just not real, because if that's the case, then we will not be real people. If that's just the way we are, and that is how our prototype was designed to be, then this world will not be real. You can unlearn your bad habits. It takes a long time. It also takes a lot of discipline. It can be done, and I even have to still tell myself that till this day, because I have a lot of bad habits I still want to get rid of. But I literally have to tell myself every day, when are you gonna unlearn this habit? When are you gonna unlearn this habit? Because if you do not unlearn your bad habits, it becomes a part of you. All right, number four. Baby, I used to think they were lying to me when they used to tell me this, but they are not lying at all. My young girls that are like 20, 21, 19, y'all watch what you eat. Like, watch what you eat. Because back when I was 21 and 20, mind y'all know, if y'all watch me, y'all know I've always been big, but I have had moments where I have dropped a significant amount of weight, and then I've had moments where I have gained all that weight back. You know, I was 21 through like, I'm gonna say 23, 24-ish, when I used to decide, okay, I'm gonna go on this weight loss journey. Baby, the weight used to be dropping. Like, when I say dropping, the weight used to be dropping like crazy. Like, if I just went and ate healthy for 1 month, I would lose like 20 something pounds. But now, babe, I'll be even lucky if I even lose 5 pounds now. Like, this journey of me losing weight, y'all keep messaging me talking about, oh, you look so good. I'm looking like, why can't I lose more? Like, y'all, the older you get, the slower your metabolism slows down. So the way that you eating now, you cannot eat like that when you are 24, 25, 26. It takes way longer to lose weight when you get older. I'm pretty sure you guys have already heard this already. Y'all, please believe it. Take it from me. Believe it, y'all. Because when I'm trying to lose weight now, it is a hassle. It is a hassle to lose weight. And then when I eat bad, I gain weight so easily. Like, it doesn't take me eating bad for a day or two for me to gain a couple of pounds. I'm not gonna lie to you. Those couple of pounds that I gain, it takes a long time for me to lose it. Lost a significant amount of weight, but it has been in such a long period of time compared to when I was younger. So please just watch what you eat, watch your health, like just watch your whole, like just watch yourself, watch your body, like watch what you are putting into your body. Number 5, focus on your relationship with God. It does not matter who you are. If you do not have a relationship with God, or if you're not actively seeking a relationship with God, you will always feel empty. It doesn't matter how many bags you have. It doesn't matter how rich you are. You at some point in time will begin to feel like something is missing. Even if it's a small void, it will still feel like something's just missing, like something is not right. And that is literally why you should focus on your relationship with God. Another reason why you should focus on your relationship with God is because God is supposed to be directing your steps and your decisions that he wants you to make throughout life. These little decisions, by which car should you pick out, house should you get, should you move to, you want to make sure that you run that through God first, so he could put you where he wants to put you and not where you want to be at. Because 9 times out of 10, whenever we do things that we want to do, it always fails. Whenever we don't have faith and let the Lord give us that decision, it don't always do good. And even if it do good, something always happens. So you want to build that relationship with God because you honestly want to like let him know, like, hey, I'm doing this and this, like, how do you feel? Or let him run things by you. And y'all, till this day, I'm gonna be completely transparent and honest with y'all, till this day it's hard for me to maintain my relationship with God. And I'm gonna talk about that later on in some of my other lessons. I'm gonna tie that into it more. So we're just gonna go to the next one, and then I'm gonna touch on that topic when we go to that lesson. Number 6, be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself. I know we live in today's society where so many kids are growing up. They are literally making it in the world. It comes down to social media, or if it comes down to school, some people are graduating school way earlier than usual. And we tend to look at these things, and then we tend to look at ourselves and think to ourselves, what am I doing with my life? Like, I'm nowhere near them. Sometimes I have even looking at girls that are younger than me but are way more successful than me. And I'm thinking to myself, like, where did I go wrong? And then I begin to become impatient with myself. I begin to become antsy. Y'all, be patient with yourself. Be patient with yourself and understand that whenever it's your turn, it will be your turn. Number 7, learn that 27 is not old. So tired of getting on social media and people are calling women aunties that are 21, 22, and the girl that they are calling an auntie is 27. Just like how you guys are 20, 21, I promise you, life will flash before your eyes. When you wake up, you will be 27. Life flashes so quickly. I remember when I was just 21. I remember when I was just 22. I remember when I was just 23. 27 is not old, because God forbid, if you were to die at the age of 27, God forbid none of y'all would die at the age of 27. If you were to die at the age of 27, people are not going to look and say, oh my God, she was so old. Like, I don't know what this generation is acting like. Once you hit 25, it's over. Y'all, do you not know that 27 is not old? Like, please get that through your head. Number 8 kind of goes into number 6, where I said be patient with yourself. Do not compare. Like, don't compare yourself to what the next person has. Like I said before, I know it's very hard to say that because I tend to do that, y'all. Like, I tend to look at people and be like, okay, if she's in that predicament, how come I'm not in it as well? I have ABCD credentials, da da da. No. that is not good. That is not healthy for your spirit, because then you begin to doubt yourself and you begin to question yourself and your skills. Do not compare yourself to others. You are in your own race. You're in your own lane. Think of yourself as you being the only person on that track running your own race. Nobody's surrounded. Nobody is nearby. This is just you in your race, and you're trying to get to the first place by yourself. That's how you should think of yourself. You shouldn't be looking at somebody and thinking to yourself, oh my God, she has this, why don't I have that, and da-da-da. Like, once you start getting into all those type of logistics, it's very hard for you to get out of it. You kind of run yourself into a tunnel. You spend majority of the time comparing yourself to others rather than trying to get stuff done. You know what I mean? Like, then you become, it's so many different things that ties into it. So just don't do it. Do not compare yourself to others. Number 9, it's not always what you know. I know, like, we have been mentally trained since we were younger to know a whole bunch of different things, to have a whole bunch of knowledge on different topics. But as you get older, you begin to realize that it's not always what you know, it's who you know. It's who you know that's gonna get you through those doors. That's why they say that God qualifies the unqualified, because you are not always going to be qualified for that position that you are trying to get into, but God will qualify you, and he will use others to help you get to that position. You know what I mean? I'm not telling you guys to just forget everything you know and just be like, oh, I'm friends with such and such, and I know this person and I know that person, I'm good. No, I'm not telling y'all to forget about everything you know, but what I am telling y'all is, just as much as y'all are learning things, make sure that you guys have a spirit of, like, a welcoming spirit where you're able to mingle with people and network with people, because there's going to be little pivotal times in your life where you just interacting with one little person will literally change the whole trajectory of your life, and you wouldn't even see it coming. So it's not what you know, sometimes it's who you know as well. Number 10, you don't know everything. You don't know everything. Y'all, when I was younger, my parents bought me a shirt called All About Me. The second shirt was Know It All. Babe, I thought I knew everything, okay? Like, couldn't nobody tell me nothing when I was younger. Like, when I was 21, 20, couldn't nobody tell me anything. I did not used to like constructive criticism. I didn't see constructive criticism as constructive. I seen it as trying to come from my character, my intelligence. I felt like I knew everything. I felt like nobody knew anything. I knew everything. As I got older, y'all, I've come to realize, babe, you don't know as much as you think you know. And it's good to sometimes sit down and understand how other people think and why other people do the things they do and why you should do the things that that other person might be doing instead of what you're originally doing. You do not know everything, and that's fine. Like, that's the purpose of life. Life is about learning new things every day. Number 11. And I had to learn this literally this year. I learned this year. And I know it took me 26 years for me to learn this, but I learned it. Work that you put in is the results that you're going to get. Sitting around complaining about not being able to accomplish the goal, sitting around sad, sitting around droopy, but expecting to get some type of magnificent results is actually very delusional and ludicrous. You didn't study for the test, but you thought you should pass, and you didn't pass, and now you feel some type of way. You didn't post consistently on social media, and your videos never blew up, and you feel some type of way. The work that you put in is the results that you get. You put in lousy work, you're going to get lousy results. Number 12, too much of everything is not good. Like, in your life, you should have a balance. Everything should be balanced out. You should have a section for a certain amount of time to do this thing. You should have a section for a certain amount of time to do that thing. Everything should be spaced out. Too much of everything is not good. I really don't even know how to explain it any further than too much of everything is not good. Number 13, every single day counts. I've noticed that us as a society have begun to feel like this world is going by so quick. When August come around, we're like, woohoo, happy new month. Before we close our eyes and open it back up again, we're in September. September came through, and babe, I even feel like I got to fully celebrate my birthday. Like, September came and just like jotted out the way and went, and now we're in October, and it's already about to be the middle of October. And I know we're starting to think to ourselves like, wow, like these months are going by so quick. I feel like, I don't know about y'all, but I personally felt like when I started to notice that the months were going by so fast, there will be days where I'll just be lounging around, not doing anything. It's like, or like not getting things done that I said that I was going to get done. And then before I knew it, I was way behind than I intended to be behind. And you know why? Because we have this preconception that these weeks and these days are going by fast, and I feel like that too. But for me, it started making my brain not move as much as it needed to move. It started making my brain think to myself, I'll just do it tomorrow. But if I'm thinking to myself that these days and these months are going by so quickly, I'm not getting stuff done, why would I push it onto tomorrow? So every single day counts. Like every day that you wake up, it counts for you to make a difference in every way, shape, or form. Spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally, like every single day counts. Get stuff done. Even if it's 5% that you got done, at least you got something done that day. Don't never let a day go to waste in any way, shape, or form. Number 14, things are constantly changing. And I have to tell myself this all the time, because there's times where I am in certain predicaments that I don't want to be in. And I sometimes ask God, I'm like, God, like, why am I here? Like, why did you put me here? And then I start to get into my head and I start to think to myself, am I gonna be here forever? You know, like, what's going on? Like, am I gonna be here forever? I have to really constantly remind myself that things are always changing. What is going on in this moment will probably not be going on in the next moment. Always keep that in mind, y'all. I just learned number 15 this year. I just learned number 15 literally not even this year, like 2 months ago. You do not always need to talk, okay? Not everybody needs to know your business. You don't always need to tell everybody your business. Sometimes it's good to just sit in silence and let only the person above, which is God, know what you got going on. Not everybody needs to know what's going on in your life. Not everybody needs to know every aspect of your life. I'm not saying don't tell your loved ones anything. I definitely still fill my loved ones in on certain things, but I never fully tell them everything that I have going on in my life, just because of the simple fact that it's not always good to talk. Like, silence is key. 16, being easily angered shows your level of maturity. That was a tough one. That was a tough pill for me to swallow. I'm not gonna sit here and hold y'all. I get very easily angry. Like, it doesn't take much to make me angry. And if I heard this comment, if somebody made a comment like this to me even a year ago, I will get angry. I will feel some type of way. I will think that they're trying to come from my character. But it's the God honest truth. I'm not saying that you're not supposed to ever be angry. That's not what I'm saying. But when you are easily angered, do you not know how many emotions and how many muscles you have to use for you to be easily angered? When you are easily angered, it shows your level of maturity, because not everybody should be able to experience that other side of you, that mad side of you. And guys, I know there are people at times that will offend you, but if you are always letting what somebody else do get to you so easily to the point where it's getting you all worked up, it shows your level of maturity just as much as it shows theirs. And I had to understand that. I still have to remind myself that sometimes, because I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I slip up, okay? Sometimes I slip up, okay? Number 17, having faith will take you far. Yeah, I literally can feel the physical difference in my life when I have my full faith in God and I feel like He will figure it out. I physically always see results. But whenever I don't have faith in God, whenever I'm a little worried about a situation, instead of giving it to God and keeping it pushing, or I feel like God won't come through, the situation never comes through. That's all the tactic of the enemy. The enemy wants to make you feel like God is not going to give you what you desire. God is not going to fulfill your promises. That's what the enemy likes to do. The enemy likes to do things like that. But what we don't understand is that this is something that we're doing to ourselves. Because if we say that we have faith in God and we don't get what we thought we were supposed to get while having faith in God, we are supposed to understand as His kids that maybe what we wanted wasn't beneficial enough for me. The enemy has a way of twisting our brains and making it think like, you see, He didn't give you what you wanted. He not real. He not a good God, you know? And then we start not having faith in Him as much, and we start, you know, and sometimes the situations are so severe, like very, very severe, to the point where people just as a whole just stop having complete faith in Him because they felt that something was supposed to go a certain way and it didn't go a certain way. And it's really hard, but like, I really, in this season of my life, I sometimes do question God, but I really had to put myself down and be like, why do you keep questioning God, like, when you have seen Him work in your life before? You need to have faith in your Father. And another thing is, if you are not showing the fruits of your labor, What makes you think that God is supposed to be fulfilling your desires? I also have to put that in my head as well. God is not like a petty God where he gonna be like, oh, I'm not giving you this because you didn't do that. No, God not like that. But at the same time, just as much as we want from God, God wants a lot from us too. You know what I mean? It needs to be a relationship where both of you guys are completing what y'all said y'all gonna complete. And one thing about God is God always gonna give you what he said he gonna give you. He don't go back on his word. But the problem with us is we always go back on ours. You have to have a good, faithful relationship with God. Number 18, be grateful for what you have. I had to learn this, and I had to actually instill this in my head. And this is one of them other lessons that I have been learning this year. I've been through so much mentally this year, and I've had so many doubts about myself, and I've questioned so many things about myself. And sometimes I question God, and I question why he put me in certain situations. I had to really sit down. I talked to my mom one time, and my mom told me straight up, she's like, you're not grateful for what you have. And initially when she told me that, I'm like, girl, yes I am. Like, yes I am grateful for what I have. But she really broke it down for me, and after she got done talking to me, I really thought to myself, yeah, I am grateful for what I have, but I'm not grateful enough. And I don't actually see how God has been working through my life. Even times where I didn't deserve it, he worked through my life. I really give thanks to God in all criteria. I always give him his flowers. Like, you have to be grateful for what you have. I know sometimes it might be hard because you might be thinking like, I don't got nothing, you know, but you have to be grateful for everything that you have. Number 19, everybody grows up. Like, that's one of the lessons that I really had to learn, and it was so hard for me because if you guys watch my channel, then you guys know that I used to get bullied when I was younger. So all the people that bullied me, for the most part, they don't really talk to me. I'll say the girls don't really talk to me. They just, like, if they see me in public, they'll just look at me and then like look the other way. But the guys, for the most part, come up to me and talk to me. And it is so weird because I'm thinking to myself, like, we didn't like each other in high school. Like, we didn't like each other in high school. Why are you talking to me? But I had to really get into my head, girl, like, everyone grows up. The stuff that was going on when we were younger, the stuff that was so important when we were younger is no longer important. And everybody's just trying to make it. Like, I feel like when all them bills kicked in, everyone let the pettiness go, you know? So I had to get that through my head. Also, with the topic of everyone grows up, that includes your friends. So the same type of dynamic relationship that you may have had with your friends when y'all were younger, you're not gonna have it when you guys get older, because everybody is going to start going into their own personal lives. Everybody will start forming new relationships. Everybody will just start doing their own thing. So everyone grows up, hopefully. Hopefully. Number 20, your frontal lobe doesn't always develop at the age of 25. A lot of the times people will be like, when you turn 25, that's it. That's it. You're going to see the stars. You're going to see the clouds. You're going to be an astronaut. You're going to know everything. You're going to be Albert Einstein. That's not always the case, okay? That's not always the case. Yes, for the most part, most people's frontal lobe develop at the age of 25. But I know my frontal lobe didn't, okay? It literally took the age of 26-ish for me to understand the ways of life. I feel like everybody's frontal lobe develops, I will say, between the ages of 24 to 28. Every girl's frontal lobe develops between the ages of 24 to 28. So yeah. Keep that in mind, y'all. Because if you're wondering why you 25 still acting a fool, your thing probably ain't developed yet. 21. Do not waste your time on that man. I literally, if you guys watch my videos with the guy Stanley, I literally dated that boy for 6 years. He never even asked me to be his girlfriend. 6 years, y'all. And I thank God, like, sometimes when I look back at the situation, I thank God that I went through that BS in high school and not now. Because you do not want a man to waste your time. I've had instances where a girl has came to me as a woman and have told me that she's been dating this guy on and off for 5 years and all he does is cheat. This girl is now pushing 27. You wasted your prime years on one guy, how he got to mingle, to know other people and interact with other women and potentially place other women in your place and then cheat on you with those other women, and you just sat in the background and wasted all your prime years. Do not waste your time on no man. Don't do it, babe, because you're always going to regret it. You're always going to look back at it and think to yourself, what did I do? And you do not want to miss out on your husband because you're too busy chasing behind a man that God didn't even ordain you to be with. 22. If you're not saving your money, then what are you doing? Save up your money and invest. Y'all, just because you guys are getting a lot of money right now, I am not speaking no ill will on nobody saying that that's not what's going to happen. You guys will always get money in Jesus' name. But guys, you never know. Like, you never know what could happen. You never know what could come about. Just save your money. Like, you should not be touching a whole bunch of your money. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard, y'all, to save your money, especially if you are making money that is just enough for you to pay the bill. Save. It doesn't have to be the amount that I would think that you should save. If you could save $1, save $1. If you get paid so much money and by the time you get done doing all your rent and paying all your bills, you only have let's say, give or take, $300 left, take 50 and put it in your savings. Save small, small, small. You know what I mean? That money adds up, and try your best not to touch your money. And also invest. If you guys can invest, y'all. Invest your money. I had to learn this the hard way. Yeah. Now I'm saving my money. Number 23. Overconsumption is a real thing. I used to think to myself, overconsumption is not real. I bought this stuff because I wanted it. But when I go in my closet sometimes, there are so many clothes that I haven't worn. And every time I tell my friends, I don't know what to wear, they get so angry with me because they think to themselves, what do you mean you don't know what to wear? Like, you have so many clothes. But I look at these clothes and I think to myself, what made me buy this? I don't like this. Overconsumption. See something on the internet and then now you feel like you gotta have it. And that's not always the case, y'all. And I feel like social media has really put overconsumption in like has sent it over the hills. Because now that we have stuff like Apple Pay and Google Pay, if you see something on Instagram or on TikTok that somebody else got, all you gotta do is click the side of your phone and your card has paid for it. Whereas back then, before Apple Pay, when you wanted to buy something online, you gotta walk over to your drawer, get your wallet, or walk over to your purse, get your wallet, get your debit or your credit card out of your wallet, and manually type in those numbers. Those were a lot of steps. And then at some point in time, throughout those steps, you'll think to yourself, do I really want this? Nah. And you'll go back and put your card down. But now that you got Apple Pay, babe, you don't have to do all that, baby. All your money is a click away. And that's why I said overconsumption is real. And I feel like social media is the reason why overconsumption has gotten so much worse throughout the years. Y'all, if you do not need the product, you don't have to get it. Just because everybody is buying something don't mean you have to buy it. I still have to remind myself that till this day, because I always feel like, oh my God, she said that the such and such is good. That means that I need to go try it. Y'all, a lot of those people who promote fragrances and makeup and clothes and all that stuff online, they are doing that so they can get money. So you're literally sitting up here wasting all your money. Meanwhile, these people are getting back an 100% profit. People went out with their money to buy this item, and then they're promoting the item online, and the people are using their links to buy the item that they're promoting online, and they're making money from it. This person, you just put money in this person's bank account. You just put a whole bunch of money in this person's bank account. Meanwhile, your bank account is going less. And then 2, 3, 4 weeks down the line, you never wear that item again. You never use that product again. And then that product just literally sits on your shelf. And then you're on to the next high. Now you're thinking of something new. Y'all, overconsumption is real. Do not participate in it. You don't need that item like how you think you do. 24. The devil loves when we sin and don't repent. The devil loves it. I know for a given fact that whenever I sin, I run away from God. And right now, I've been sinning a lot. So I've been out of Dodge. I've been running away from God. Instead of to come to my Father and ask him for forgiveness, I'm running away. The devil loves that. The devil loves us to feel, what's that word called? I think it's condemnation. Is it condemnation? Yeah. The devil loves us to feel condemnation, because when you feel condemnation, especially when you feel condemnation from God, you tend to not come to him. You tend to not bring the problems to him. You tend to sit silently about the problems. You tend to act like the problems don't exist. And then before you know it, the problems consume you. When the problems consume you, that's when we run to God. That ain't good. That ain't good. But that's just the God honest truth. That's what a lot of people do. The devil loves that. So you have to get into your head that when you sin, you need to ask for forgiveness. Whether you want to come and speak to God or not, it's a must. Because when you when you go that day, that second, without speaking to God about what you did and acknowledging what you did was wrong, even if you feel like you're gonna go back and do that sin again, it does not matter. The more you acknowledge to God what you did was wrong, the more God is seeing, okay, this person is actively calling out their sins and they're trying their best to change. And then God gives you more grace and he gives you more of an open room to try to change. Number 25, your appearance as a woman is your currency. And I know we've heard this so many times. But I really want to instill it into y'all's head. Your appearance as a woman definitely matters. Please pour into yourself. Pour into yourself in whatever way, shape, or form you feel like you need to pour into yourself. If that means you physically need to gain more weight, then do it for yourself. Don't let nobody come and tell you, oh, you need to do this, and you're doing all. No, do what you feel like is beneficial for yourself. If you feel like you need to gain weight, gain weight. If you feel like you need a new hairdo, do a new hairdo. If you feel like you don't like the way you do your makeup, go on TikTok, go on YouTube and watch new videos. Pour into yourself, because your beauty is your currency in this world. It's the truth. It sucks, but it's the God honest truth. Number 26, learn to be by yourself. Learn yourself. Learn to be by yourself. Learn to love to be by yourself. Take yourself out on dates. Take yourself walking. Take yourself to the movies. Take yourself places. Actually get to become familiar with yourself. Learn to be alone. Be happy with the fact that you are alone at times. Number 27, which is my last one, y'all. With age comes wisdom. You never stop learning. You never stop growing. Age comes wisdom. There's things that I know now that I did not know last year. There's things that I knew last year that I did not know the year before. Never stop learning about new things. You never stop growing. So every year that your birthday comes, you should thank God and you should be happy, because you get to basically figure out a whole bunch of new things that you thought you knew that you didn't know. With age comes wisdom. Y'all, those are the 27 lessons and things that I have learned in my early 20s. I do not want you guys to waste your 20s like how I wasted my 20s, y'all. So basically, I hope that every lesson that I have given to you guys have written it down or jotted it down, and you guys take the advice that I'm giving to you guys. I love you guys so much. I've always seen videos like this and I've always wanted to do it. I felt like right now is the most perfect time to do it, because I'm beginning to really learn a lot about myself and about the ways and the walks of life. If you guys like this video, y'all give me a thumbs up. Also, if y'all have any other lessons for my older women that are in their late 20s, early 30s, if y'all have any lessons that I forgot to mention, y'all leave it down below. So any other lessons that y'all have, even if you're younger, if you guys have any lessons, y'all leave it down below for my girlies that are watching. I love you guys, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Bye, y'all.